Disclaimer, this is part 2 of my first video about bullying, so you'll be confused if you don't watch the first video. Up in the top corner is where the link will be, so watch that first. This is part 2. It's the sequel we've all been waiting for. Bully part 2. So, a little refresher. There was a new bully kid at my school. His name was Lizard, and he was constantly bullying other kids. But one day, my friends were playing Foursquare and a ball accidentally hit him. A girl walked over to get it, but Lizard punched the girl in the face. Everyone on the playground went to get an adult. The gym teacher was right by the kid, and the gym teacher came running up to him. But Lizard ran. He went outside the blacktop and went towards the baseball fields. Every kid was chasing Lizard, along with most every teacher outside at the time. Except for me, since I can't run for anything. So I decided to do what absolutely no one was doing. I went over to the girl, who had just been punched in the face. I went to see if she passed out, but luckily she wasn't. Her face was all bloody and she was crying her eyes out. I asked if she was okay, which, by the way, is the stupidest thing to say to someone who just got hurt. Yeah, like you'd be okay after getting punched in the face by someone who can lift up your mom. And she did give me a death glare, and since I'm a stupid weirdo, I always keep tissues in my pocket, so I got one out, and she looked at me like I had pulled out a monkey.
We have a giraffe!
But she did take it and wipe the blood off her face. Then I heard a huge scream. We both looked over, and Lizard was fighting the gym teachers and students.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
I don't know how he was fighting the male gym teachers. How is he that strong? Me and the girl was looking in the wet, soggy soccer field that they were fighting in. Lizard eventually ran off more, but they had called one of the 7th grade science teachers out because he was so fast that he had won medals for running. He had also won bodybuilding competitions. He came sonic past us and ran extremely fast towards Lizard. At this point, me and the other girl had walked over closer to see more clearly. The science teacher, out of nowhere, tackled Lizard right before he went into the road outside of the school. They brought the kid up, and I watched as the wet, muddy, bloody bully went into the school. And as far as I know, he got suspended from school for 2 weeks. We haven't thought anything of him for that time, but when he came back, Vietnam flashbacks started going into our brainwheels. Everyone was telling stories like, he ran off to Mexico, he robbed Pop-Tart HQ. None of which were true, though. And then a week later, I heard through the grapevine that the kid who got bullied and Lizard were dating. What the heck? How did the girl think he... How? Did the girl think he was cool, tall, fast, and strong? How does that even happen? Whenever I try and get a girlfriend, I don't. But Lizard got a date with the person he bullied. Oh my god, is that how I get a date? And their relationship was fine. Until one night they were on a date at a movie theater, and they were halfway through a movie when Lizard went to get some snacks at the concession stand. He got an ice-cold slushie and some nacho chips. And this adds a lot of detail to the story. They were really hot nacho cheese. So when he got back to the theater, he got lost because he's stupid, because, you know, he's a bully. But he got back to the theater, and he found the girl, and he took the slushie, and he dumped it onto the girl. And not just that, he also dumped the hot nacho cheese and chips on her, and booged it out of the movie theater. In school the next day, they broke up, because why wouldn't they? And Lizard was lonely and sat alone. And I didn't even feel sorry for him this time, because of what he did. And 2 weeks later, he moved. He moved to Texas. Yeehaw! 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 And I thought I was done. I didn't want to think of him ever again. I had my opinions of him, and they were going to stay that way and were never going to change. Until I heard something that he did when he was in Texas. I heard of something amazing that happened to him. He bought a lottery ticket and won $10,000! And a new car. No, you didn't. How? How do good things happen to bad people? Well, what he did with the money was extremely nice. He Keep that in. That was funny. He donated all $10,000 to a homeless shelter. I'm really surprised he did that. He went from the worst bully in the world, from bullying people and dumping cold and hot things on them, to donating $10,000 to homeless people. And turns out he was Mr. B. No, just kidding. And as of right now, he is being a normal kid. He left his bully past behind and became a really nice person. He donates all his money. He donates all his money to different foundations, and he's all over his local news in Texas. I'm really happy that he turned his life around and became a fun, loving human person, and I'm super excited for his new life. But the person he was dating is still mad at them, even since he donated all that. But yeah, I agree with her. I wouldn't forgive someone if they dumped hot coffee on myself. But yeah, it's just how life is, man. Goodbye. I don't know how to end it.
Dude, you don't know how to press space? Space always means stop.
No.
Idiot.